Rachel's over there. I'm gonna send her a sneaky message and ask if I can make her something.
I need something for the cat. I don't know, Kelsey, you figure it out.
This just made my life so much easier. Thank you, bless you so much. Oh my gosh, you could literally see if she looked up. Don't look up!
Hi guys, my name's Kelsey. And my name is Becky. Welcome back to The Sorry Girls. Today we're doing another DIYing for my friends, aka the video where we just make stuff that our team wants.
Exactly. Last time we managed to knock out how many DIYs? It was like a lot.
We did 4, I think, last time.
We have had a busy week. We're gonna do 2 this time, but I am super excited for them. Last time we weren't able to tackle a DIY for Daniela. And Rachel, who works with us, you know, putting all things together for our videos, she has had a DIY that she's wanted to work on for a long time.
Yes, I've been hearing about this for a while.
There's been a mirror in the office.
But I don't know if she knows that I'm like down to do it now. So I'll go send her a sneaky DM now. I'll do Rachel. You wanna take Daniela?
Got it.
Okay, let's do it.
Miss Daniela, can I make you something? Oh, the suspense. What do I have on my docket for the next couple days? Something for Olive. For those of you that don't know, this is Daniela's cat. That's exciting. Okay, I got this. Let's go.
I adopted my cat Olive in November, and she's just been eating kind of on the floor on this random mat that we had in the house, and I think she deserves a little bit of an upgrade. Olive could use a couple of things, like maybe a shelf for climbing or a new eating station and like drinking station. I don't know, Kelsey, you figure it out.
Okay, Rachel's over there. I'm gonna send her a sneaky message and ask if I can make her something. Okay. Hey. Can I DIY you something? Yes, I can.
I have this giant mirror that I picked up on Marketplace. Regardless, it's secondhand and it's huge, but the frame on it is a little outdated, so I think updating the frame with a fun tile would be cool. But instead of doing like just plain square tiles, we do checkerboard. I'm really excited. I feel like it would look good, and I feel like it's on trend. Good luck, Becky.
Okay, so Rachel's asked me to redo her mirror and make this amazing like kind of tile frame for it. This is a huge mirror and this is gonna be a really big project, but luckily I have tiled before, so I'm feeling pretty good about taking this on. I think I can nail it. So the first step is gonna be taking the mirror out of its existing frame because we don't want it. We want to redo a new frame. And to make the new frame, the base of it's gonna be made out of this giant 4x8 sheet of pine wood. It's 12 millimeters thick, so it's gonna hold our tile really well. So I'm going to take the mirror out of the old frame, and then with the pine, cut a new frame.
I'm so nervous.
Woo! Okay, this is the giant piece of wood that I'm gonna be cutting my new mirror frame out of. I've kind of started to mark up where I wanna make my cuts, but the big thing is I wanna cut out the middle piece like as a single unit so that the frame is fully intact instead of having multiple cuts going on. So to do that, we need to make a special kind of cut with the circular saw, and that is called a plunge cut. It's what allows you to get a cut in the middle of the wood without starting from a certain edge. So I'm gonna show you how to do that, because it's actually pretty easy, and once you know how to do it, it opens up a whole new world of possibilities. So to do this, make sure that your saw blade is set so it's just gonna reach through the wood and there's not too much sticking out. Then line the tip of the guard up with where you wanna make the cut. Make sure that when your blade comes down, it's gonna be where you wanna make that cut. Start your blade, slowly lift up the back guard, and then very slowly plunge it into the wood to make the cut. Go slow with this so that you're doing it safely and you're making the cut in the right place. And then from there, you can just make a regular straight cut. So now that the inside piece has been fully cut, it's time to cut the outside part of the frame. All that I need to know here is how big my tile is gonna be so I make the cut to fit the tile, because cutting tile is not the easiest thing to do. So this is the kind of tile I'm using, it's the square tile, and I'm just laying it down and then tracing how much space that takes up. And that's how I know where to cut. Then I'm just using the same circular saw and cutting off the excess so that my giant new frame is complete.
Okay, now that Becky has relocated to the floor and she's left me some wood, I can start my project. So for Daniela's cat feeder station, I have mocked up a couple different options. I was gonna do something maybe with some mid-century modern legs that I think we have hanging around the office, but ultimately I'm going for this design. I'm not gonna say it out loud because she is in the back working and I kinda wanna keep it a surprise. So you guys see me and you know what it is. I'm really excited for this part, if you know what I mean. So I think first up, I'm just gonna have to cut some pieces of wood. I think, Becky, do you think you cut this like really straight? Good. Like it looks
tried.
good. Like I don't think I need to like sometimes we have wood laying around the office and I'm like, oh, I wanna use this piece of wood, but it's like totally cut on an angle and absolutely useless. So this just made my life so much easier. Thank you, bless you so much. Okay, first up, I'm gonna cut a couple pieces. I think I only need like 5 or so to make the sides, the top, and the Since the cat grass will go across the back, I'm just figuring out how long to cut the wood. I'm putting my miter saw on a 45-degree angle since I want the edges of these pieces to be hidden and seamlessly go together. You know what's the best feeling in the world? Is when my dad needs to borrow your power tools? My tools, yeah. It's like, oh, can you bring this home so we can fix this on the house? So I have my top piece, my side pieces, and my back piece cut. I do need one more kind of like inside piece. I'll explain that later. But next I'm moving on to putting in my I'm cutting out my circles for my bowls. Ding. So when figuring out what size hole to cut in my top wood piece, I obviously need it to be smaller than these bowls so that they kind of like sit in nicely. I found a wax container at the office, and that's what I use to trace out the size. And then all I'm gonna do is drill a hole so that I can slip in my jigsaw and cut around the circle. Okay, with my circles cut out with a quick little sand, the bowls fit in there nicely. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be quiet so that somebody doesn't hear what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, you could literally see if she looked up. Don't look up! So now my next step is going to be gluing all of these pieces together. All I'm gonna be doing is using some wood glue, some 90-degree clamps, some tape, whatever I can do to make this thing stick together. To finish the edges of this plywood, I'm using a wood edge banding. I am ironing it on because it has an adhesive backing, and I'm using a utility knife to trim it to size.
Okay, now onto tiling. This is not the first time we've done this on the channel, but I'll mention the steps again anyways. So this stuff's called thin set. It's basically the glue that sticks the tile to whatever you're tiling, and it needs to go on in a thin layer, and then we stick the tile to it. To do that, we need this, which is called a notched trowel. It spreads the glue on with like a nice little gap in it so that the tile can stick the best. Okay, so all the tile has been laid and is all evenly spaced out, which, oh my goodness, I'm so happy with how good it looks already. So I think it's only gonna get better from here, but I do need to let this dry fully overnight before I can move on to painting, which we will talk about how I'm doing that when I see you tomorrow. Okay, bye! Okay, I'm back, and my tile is all dried. It looks really good. So Something I sort of forgot I had to do was make this a really cool checkered pattern as per Rachel's request. So that's gonna involve taping off every other one of these tiles. Luckily, the painter's tape I have is exactly the width of the tiles, so I just have to trim them into squares and tape off a checkered pattern, which might take me some time, so cue some time lapses. And the reason that I am doing it this way and grouting afterwards is, I mean, neither sounds like the perfect way to do it, but I think if I use the right paint, the grout should come off no problem when I need to wipe it away. My other alternative would be to paint afterwards, but I think having to paint, avoiding all of the grout is just gonna be a nightmare and seems even harder. So we're gonna go this way and see if it works. We'll figure it out together. So to make sure that all the paint doesn't just wipe off when I go to do the grouting process after this, I need to pick up a special type of oil-based paint that is really gonna stick to the tile. So I'm at the hardware store now to try and go find that. I've only ever seen it in like a primer, so I don't know if I can get it mixed in a yellow color, but we're gonna figure that out together. Okay, so the paint that I ended up getting is this. Well, it's not even paint, it's a bonding primer. And I was able to tint the primer in the yellow color that I wanted, which is pretty cool. I did not know you could tint primer. And this is meant to go on tile. It supposedly sticks really well, so I'm hoping that this dries really tight to my tile and then I can wipe it away after and it stays on the tile.
So it's the next day and everything is all glued together, and I even started to do some wood filling because, you know, things don't always line up perfectly. I don't know why though, I don't know why. If two things are cut at 45-degree angles, why do they not match up perfectly? Maybe I will learn this answer in my next life. So I'm gonna give everything a quick sand, and the question was, what color to stain it, or should I just seal it? And I think this wood is actually really pretty. So I'm just gonna do a seal on it and bring some vibrance to it. So I'm gonna get to that now.
Back in office, and as soon as I got in, I peeled off all the tape because I just had to know. And for the most part, it worked and it's looking great. I think you guys will notice as well as I did that a lot of the paint did seep under our tape, which it happens. I don't really know how we could have fixed that. So I think the move is just to take it off the tile afterwards. I'm gonna save that process though until I've grouted because that's also gonna make a mess. So we'll do all the messes and then at the very end we'll clean it up. So that brings me to the next step, which is grouting. I bought unsanded grout, which I think is a little less grittier and will hopefully not take off this yellow paint. I really hope so. So it does come unmixed, it's just like a sandy powder, so we have to mix it up with some water, and then once that's ready to go, it gets applied into all of the cracks on the tiles with this thing, which is a universal grout float. So the grout gets applied into all the areas around the tile, and I'm also trying to spread it down the sides too to cover any of the exposed wood from the frame. And then you take a very wet sponge and kind of rinse off as much as you can so the grout is just left in the places you want it between the tiles.
Okay, I am now done my seal coat. Lazy girl hack, I don't feel like putting on my microphone, so we're gonna pretend we're a TikToker talking with our microphone. I do wanna do something special with these bowls. So Little Olive has an Instagram account called Olive is Bibi. So I decided to write out through my Cricut app, Olive is Bibi, Bibi is hungry. And this is gonna go on the bottom of the bowl with this really pretty like coppery brown metallic vinyl. Is brown metallic copper? Or is brown metallic just brown? Is this copper or brown? Anyways, I get to transfer this onto the bottom of the food bowl because when it's empty, then get it, like Olive is hungry when the food bowl's empty. I added in another piece of wood on the inside so that now I can attach my planter liner. We had this thick plastic bag in the office and I tested a staple gun and a hot glue gun, and I actually like the hot glue gun method better, so that's what I'm going to be using to attach the lining. And of course I'm adding rocks for drainage, soil, and the cat grass. And then trimming up anything because it's looking a little wild. Okay, with my cat grass in the back and my bowls here. Just pop them in there. I don't know if Olive has a preference of which is on which side, but I think I'm ready to go show Daniela. Check out Olive's new digs in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh my God, it's planted.
Yeah, this is real cat grass.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
It's real cat
It's
grass.
so zen.
It is a little zen, eh?
She's gonna love it.
Look what happens when Olive's done eating all of her food.
All of this BBB is hungry. I love it.
I was just thinking you should make sure you're updating Olive's baby Instagram before this video goes out.
Yeah, everyone follow Olive's BB on Instagram. I haven't posted on it in a while, but
Since like May, I checked.
yeah, you check.
I was like, is this still relevant? Like, am I cutting this out in permanence? And it's not still a thing, but it is.
Well, thanks so much, Kelsey.
You're so welcome.
I really appreciate that.
Sorry, I was like replanting while we were talking. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
This is yours. Okay, bye.
Okay, I take it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so the grout is looking very good. This looks so good. The color combo of the blue and the yellow and the white is so beautiful. Good choice, Rachel. So the last thing is to get rid of that pesky yellow paint that's still stuck on some of the blue tiles. I figured out the best and easiest way to do this was a combo of some Q-tips with some acetone and or rubbing alcohol. That acts as like a paint thinner and gets it off. And then an X-Acto knife to scrape off any of the really stubborn bits. Bit of a tedious process, but we have to do it. Anyways, now that I've done a lot of that and it's looking good, I think it's time to get this mirror back in place. So I'm gonna flip over my whole tile frame. It's the first time I'm moving it, so hopefully that goes well, and then we'll get to putting the mirror back in place. To put the mirror back onto its new frame, I'm using these things called mirror clips. They're basically how you would attach a frameless mirror to a wall, but I'm putting them on the back instead of the front. So the mirror is finally finished. Rachel was helping me at the beginning of this project because it was a large DIY, but I have kicked her off for the last half, so she hasn't really seen it all put together and looking like this. So I'm gonna bring her in and reveal the mirror. Okay, Rachel, wanna come see how it turned out?
Yeah. Oh,
Wait, come.
Goodness.
Yeah?
I'm obsessed.
Is it everything you dreamed it would be?
She's beautiful. Oh my God. Wait,
Yeah?
the outfit pics that will happen in this mirror?
I wanna tag every time you
Yeah, at Becky, at TheSorryGirls.
I'm so happy we finally got this DIY done for you because it's been on the list for so long,
Thank
right?
you so much, Becky. You actually did an incredible job.
Yay!
It's unique, it's stylish, it's just perfect.
Sweet, now we have the fun task of bringing this to your house.
Yeah.
It's a large one.
We got a big staircase to go up as well.
Well, head over to our Instagram to see how that turns out because it'll be fun. Okay.
Thank you.
That was a whirlwind. Actually, I feel like you got the harder end of this stick.
Yeah, but you know what? It went well. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think it looks sweet. And yours is really cute too.
I know, I had fun with it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see us DIY more for our friends, which is really, really just our team.
The whole office.
I promise we have other friends too, but we have another video on that. And if you want to see more videos like this, we actually have some new team members. So let us know if you dig it.
All right, subscribe if you like it. I'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.